Okay, so I just read about this project called pix2tex. It's like a LaTeX OCR that turns images of math formulas into LaTeX code. How cool is that?
Wait, seriously. So you can just take a picture of a math equation and get the LaTeX code back. That's mind-blowing.
Right, but here's the kicker. It uses a neural network to recognize the formulas. It's a whole learning-based system, makes you think about how far OCR has come.
Totally, but doesn't that assume the images are of a certain quality? I mean, if the resolution's off, how well can it really perform?
Good point, they mention that smaller resolution images work best, and there's even a preprocessing step to optimize images. Still, it's not perfect.
I wonder how forgiving it is with different fonts or handwriting. That could really limit its usability, right?
Actually, they're working on supporting handwritten formulas. It's still in progress, though. It's fascinating how much research is going into this.
That's a huge leap, but I can't help but wonder what happens when it gets confused. Does it just throw out random guesses?
Exactly, sometimes it outputs different predictions with each attempt. You can even adjust the temperature setting to control that behavior.
Temperature, like in machine learning, where high temperature makes the output more random. That's a clever way to manage uncertainty.
Right, but it also means you might not get a reliable result every time, so you always have to double-check the output.
That makes sense. I guess it's crucial to have good test data and training to make it reliable. How do they gather that?
They use a variety of datasets, including LaTeX code from sources like Wikipedia and Archive. It's interesting how they compiled this knowledge.
That's a solid approach. But I wonder if there are ethical considerations regarding data scraping from places like Wikipedia.
Great question. There could be concerns on the usage of open source data, especially if it's used commercially down the line.
Absolutely. And speaking of commercial, can you imagine how useful this could be in educational tools? Instant formula rendering.
Oh, for sure. Imagine students being able to snap pictures of their notes and get precise LaTeX code for their projects.
But it could also lead to students being a bit too reliant on it, right? Like, they might skip learning the actual LaTeX syntax.
Totally, it's a double-edged sword. Balancing technology and learning is crucial. The tool should aid, not replace learning.
Exactly. And then there's the issue of accuracy. The performance metrics they shared showed a BLEU score of 0.88, but is that enough?
That's an interesting perspective. A high score sounds good, but it also depends on context. What's the acceptable threshold for accuracy?
Definitely something to think about. Plus, they mention potential improvements like adding a GUI and more evaluation metrics.
Right, a user-friendly interface could make it more accessible, but I hope they also focus on improving the underlying model.
For sure. And what about the need for various tools like LaTeX and ImageMagick? That's quite a setup for users.
Yeah, the dependency list is pretty lengthy. It makes me wonder how many users are willing to jump through all those hoops.
Exactly. If it's not easy to set up, that could really limit its adoption. Simplicity is key for any tech tool.
Absolutely, it's all about balancing power and usability, but the potential is there for great educational applications.
So true. I'm really curious about the future iterations of this tool. They have plans for reducing model size and enhancing performance.
That could make it even more efficient. Plus, they're already exploring optimizing hyperparameters, which is exciting.
Right, and all the contributions they welcome show this is a community effort. It's nice to see collaboration in tech.
Exactly, open source projects often evolve much faster with community input. It's a win-win for tech and education.
For sure, but I still find myself pondering the limitations, like what happens with complex formulas. Can it handle those?
Great question, they haven't fully addressed that yet, but it's a significant hurdle. Complexity can often trip up OCR.
It'll be fascinating to see their progress, but ultimately, it might be about finding a balance between complexity and usability.
Absolutely, as they continue to refine it, I wonder how they'll navigate that line. It's such a dynamic space right now.
Totally, I'm really excited about where this might lead. Just thinking about all the students who could benefit from easier access.
Right, it's all about making learning more accessible. Let's keep an eye on pix2tex and see how it evolves.
Definitely. And I'm curious to see if they can tackle those more intricate mathematical concepts along the way.
Yes, so many questions about its future, but that's what keeps it interesting, right?
Exactly. The journey of discovery is what makes technology so compelling. Can't wait to see more.